large trees and everything in our planters outdoors or indoors. But what happens when you want to move it? When you want to move it from indoors to outdoors? Or what happens to your outdoor lemon tree, let's say, that you have beautifully planted? There's a little bit of a frost in the air now. That first frost, when you're like, uh-oh, I gotta save my trees, you wanna move it inside. Those plants and those trees and those flowers and those pots can be really, really heavy. Not when you have them on wheels like we have right here. So this is Garden Reflections, our own line here at QVC. It's a 12-inch in diameter, I'll show you this one, metal plant stand with the wheels. It's powder coated, iron construction. You get the 4 metal casters that you see right here. And what's really nice too is that it has this floral filigree design, which just gives it a little something extra pretty. Here you can see it right there. Has a 50-pound capacity, 12-inch in diameter, and just about almost 4.5 inches high. It's $8.99 on your Easy Pay. This just makes your life so much easier, whether you're moving your plants, moving it from one corner to the other, inside or outside, or you're just altogether moving. This is the first time you've seen it presented at this sale price. Very, very popular. Let me show you your colors. So this is the black, which is the most limited. I have it for you in the white. And then right here where we have the planter on top of it is called mint. So weather resistant, you could use this indoors or outdoors, but without further ado, get to see our good friend Jordan Carson. Hey Jordan, it's nice to see you. I'm so happy to see you, not just in the wintertime for Kringle Express, but now for garden season 2 with Home Reflections.
That's right. Thank you so much. It is so good to see you, Julia.
You
I always love seeing you.
Aw, same.
This is so awesome. You know, we love our plants and we love bringing them outdoors. But like you said, what about when it gets a little bit colder in the evenings and you want to bring those plants inside? Well, this is such an easy way to do it. And I always say, work smarter, not harder, right? Well, we're able to with Garden Reflections. So this is so easy. I'm going to show you exactly. This plant right here is quite heavy. This is going to hold 50 pounds for you. So I'm just going to move this over and show you how easy this is to put on top. Now this is 12 inches in diameter, 4 inches in height, and you're seeing how easy now I can move this plant from point A to point B. It was extremely heavy, but you don't have to worry about that anymore because you do have this piece here in place.
You know, it's so funny. When I live in an apartment, but I am a plant mom and I'm very proud of my plants. Yeah. They're all named, of course they're named. When I put up my Christmas tree this year, I put it in a different place than I usually do. I was gonna try something new. I had a new tree this year. And all of my plants were living in that corner where I wanted to put my tree. And so I had to move everything around. I had to move all of my plants. And let me tell you what, they're heavy. It was clunky. It took more time than it should have taken when I could have just rolled it across my apartment to the other side of the room where they still live, because I haven't moved my furniture back since I took down my tree. I also like to take my plants out for field trips because they live inside. And I'm like, don't you guys want to get a little sun? You want to go out to the patio for a little bit? I know. And I'll take them out.
Love it.
Their names are Mike and Sully and Ophelia.
This is why I love you.
Well, I was never a plant mom before. On my 40th birthday, my best friend, who is a major plant mom, she sent me these plants, a snake plant and a monstera. And I was like, monsters, Monster Zeke, Inc. How am I going to remember? Mike and Sully. Monstera, snake. Anyways, that's a little deep dive into my brain right here. All that to say, I could take my plants for a field trip when I have this.
Yes, you absolutely can. And you know, this is weather resistant, corrosion resistant. It is constructed completely of iron, and it has that really lovely coating overlay. So it's not a harsh iron. It's really beautiful. And then you have on the inside that beautiful floral design. But I'll tell you what I love so much about this, Julia. If you take a look at 2 of your wheels, you have 4 wheels here. If you take a look at 2 of them, you do have a little place where you can flip this lever
there we go.
Easily, and it will lock these 2 into place. So if you're worried that this is going to actually slide, or maybe it's going to rain outdoors and you want to make sure that's not going to slip and kind of go down a walkway.
Right, I can tell right now this one is locked.
Actually, yes, it will lock, it will stay in place. and then you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about this moving. It does stay static, which is so nice.
That is nice. It's funny because one of these wheels was locked when I started, and I was like, "Uh-oh, this doesn't roll very well. What am I going to do here?" See, now I'm just pushing it. At that point, it's not rolling on its own. So let me remind you of the colors. Let me remind you of this great sale price that you've never seen this presented at before: $26.98. Pick up more than one. Spring is what? Just a couple weeks. A couple weeks away now. We're going to start receiving all the plants that we've been ordering from Roberta's and Cottage Farms. So be armed with this. So at the end, we have it in the white. Then in the middle, most popular and most limited is your black. 100 remain, that's it, and then it's gone. And then here we can see the plant. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. In the mint color as well. Oh my gosh, that's a heavy plant. I'm putting it back. Good thing I have it on this roller. This is M93499 and it's $8.99 on a Easy Pay. And Blaine, my fabulous producer, is telling me that you are picking up more than one because it's accessibility, it's mobility, it makes your life easier, and it's not just one of those like plastic ones. It's really pretty on its own.
Yeah, it is not plastic. It is very nice and sturdy. And that's what we expect from our proprietary boutique brands here at QVC. And that's what this is from. This is to give you that attainable luxury that we love.
Attainable luxury. Look, Garden Reflections, I mean, we're going to see you again in our show. They bring us stuff that when you flip through those fancy glossy gardening magazines, that quality, that look, but because they're our own brand, we can get you a really killer price, like $26.98. Something like this elsewhere, oh my gosh, it would be what, $60, $70? Not today.
At least.
It's at least, right? And today it's a sale price. You've never seen it presented at this sale price before, which saves you a few bucks. It's $8.99 on an Easy Pay to get it home, but it is the utmost when it comes to construction, sturdiness, because it holds up to 50 pounds. So think of the plants that are really heavy, that are really weighty, that you thought just have to live in that one spot forever. Well, now they don't. When that first frost comes and you're like, oh, I got to bring those babies in, now you can and enjoy them inside as well.
That's right. This is actually one of our Garden Reflections pieces, and so it's my heaviest piece, and so I wanted to show just how easy it is, and it does hold 50 pounds, which is so nice. I don't have this locked yet, but I'm using some strength here. This is my workout for the day, I tell you. But it's so easy when you have this stand that is mobile, and it really does help you move all of your plants from point A to point B, especially maybe if you have mobility issues and you don't want to lift something so heavy, but you want to take something from outdoors to inside. This is such an easy way to do it, and it looks beautiful as well.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, that's the key. Like, not only is it functional, it's beautiful too. So let me remind you of your colors. At the very end there, we have it in the white. Next to that is the black, which has been the most popular, and now fewer than 100. And right here, I'm not going to try to lift that plant again from this angle especially. It's called Mint. This is M93499. $8.99 brings it home on an Easy Pay. Jordan, we're going to see you back here in just a little bit with something else from Garden Reflections that I think you're going to love.